everyone. Today we will discuss some important topics and easy topics which we can use for research in psychiatric nursing. So before going to the topics, I will tell you what is research. What is the meaning of research? Research means what? It is a systemic and a structural work to increase knowledge about a subject. Okay, it is a structural work. It is a work with format. There is a systematic format and an analytical process will take place in a research. Why we are doing a research means to understand more, to enhance our knowledge, to specify something, to explain something. We are doing research. So basically, nursing researchers focus on evidence to understand more about the condition or situation which affect the life of human being. And especially while coming to psychiatric nursing researchers are absolutely the best source of learners to learn and apply evidence-based care and practice to solve the problems related to mental health. So researchers are very useful in the treatment of mental health problem as well as to improve and enhance the mental well-being of a person. So while coming to the research, while selecting a topic and as well as while writing a topic, you have to follow some format. So the title of the research must include a subject, a method, a sample and a result. Subject must be there, method, what type of method you are using, what type of sample you are using or which type of sample you are using or who is your sample and what is the result. So these all things you have to include in the research, and for writing research topic title there's a format, and there are different type of research format will be there, title format will be there, that and all we will discuss in another topic and another video. So in this video just I will tell you some topics which you can use for writing nursing research in the BSc nursing as well as in the MSc nursing course curriculum. So for example, how the research title should be means, here you have an example, a study to assess the effectiveness of social media on psychosocial behavior of adolescents. And if you look into this topic, you can see a subject. Okay, you can see a subject here. What you are doing here means you are studying the or you are assessing the effectiveness of social media on psychosocial behavior of adolescents. And method, there's a method you are using. It is a descriptive study. Okay, it is not an experiment, it is a descriptive study. Then sample, here you can see adolescents. We are using sample as adolescents. Adolescents is our sample. And result, we are studying the effectiveness. What is the effect of social media on psychosocial behavior of adolescents? So format must be like this. Then what are all the content of a research? In a research there are some content which you have to add while writing. First thing is abstract. That means a brief summary of your research. What is the thing you are going to do or what you did, all the things you have to write in one page. Okay, that is abstract. The next thing is introduction. In introduction you have to write about your topic. That means a study to assess the effectiveness of psychosocial behavior of adolescents means you have to write about who is adolescent, what is the characteristic features of adolescents, and what is the age group of adolescent, and what is psychosocial behavior, what is social media. All the things you have to include in your introduction. Then you have to write the objective, why we are doing the study, to understand the effectiveness of psychosocial media, to understand the effectiveness of media on depression, anxiety. So whatever it is, the objective that you have to write. Then hypothesis, what is the hypothesis, what is the result you are expecting. Then review of literature. Review of literature means some studies and theories which already done by someone, and you have to use that research to provide some light to your research or to support your research. You have to write the reviews. Then method, what type of method you are using. Okay, that you have to write. Then you have to do the discussion, what is the effectiveness. Then you have to write the result. At last you have to write the conclusion and references. So this is the format, or this is the content. If you look into a research, you can see these the contents, and all these contents we will discuss detailedly in another video. Now we will see some simple topics and easy topics for psychiatric nursing research. Okay, first thing is a study to assess the effectiveness of psychotropic drugs on adolescents aged between 14 to 18 years old. Your title must be clear and understandable. That is the very important thing of the research topic. Okay, that is a very important thing. So once we read the title, the person who is evaluating your research or the reader who is reading your research must understand about what the research is going to do, about what the research is going to tell. So if you read this topic easily, you can understand about what you are doing here, or what we are doing here means a study to assess the effectiveness of psychotropic drugs on adolescents aged between 14 to 18 years old. That is a good topic. That, and if you go through the things, you will get lot of informations. Okay, if you go through the review of literature, you will get lot of information, lot of reviews related to this. And while coming to the introduction, you will get a lot of topics and lot of informations to write. Okay, so that is a good and easy topic for BSc nursing and MSc nursing students. A study to assess the effectiveness of psychotropic drugs on adolescents aged between 14 to 18 years old. Second thing is, our second topic is a study to assess the effect of childhood trauma on psychosocial development of people. Another topic, a study to assess the relationship between genetic factors and mental illness. So specifically you can mention some mental illness. Okay, then a study to, or either you can write a study to assess the relationship between genetic factors and schizophrenia, a study to assess the relationship between genetic factors and depression, a study to assess the relationship between genetic factors and anxiety disorder, a study to assess the relationship between genetic factors and mental retardation. So like that you can change it. Then another topic, a study to assess the relationship between pathophysiological changes in the body and depression. So what is the relationship between depression and pathophysiological changes? If you have depression, is there any pathophysiological changes will occur in your body, or pathophysiological changes leads to depression? So that you can correlate and analyze in this study. Then another topic, a study to assess the underlying relationship between macrovascular diseases and organic brain disorders. Organic brain disorders include delirium, dementia. Okay, all these things will comes under organic brain disorder. So a study to assess the underlying relationship between macrovascular diseases and organic brain disorder. Either you can write a study to write underlying relationship between macrovascular diseases and dementia, macrovascular diseases and delirium. So like that also you can write. Then a descriptive study to understand the role of therapeutic approaches for neuroinflammatory diseases. Then otherwise specifically you can mention a therapy. Okay, CBT, psychoanalysis, any particular therapy you can mention there. Then a substance and addiction, a descriptive study among adolescents aged between 14 to 16 years old. A study to assess the effect of COVID-19 on psychosocial life of people. A study to assess the lifestyle changes to prevent dementia and depression among old age people. A study to assess the relationship between maternal drugs and child mental health. A study to assess the effectiveness of music therapy for the treatment of mental health problem, or specifically you can mention any mental health problem. A study to assess the effectiveness of music therapy for the treatment of anxiety disorders, or specifically you can write social anxiety disorder. Anything you can write there. Then a single group study to assess the level of stress during exams among nursing students. Okay, if you're doing the study in nursing student, you can write nursing students, or medicine students, or pharmacy students, anything. Then an experimental study to assess the communication skills of nursing students by observing their process recording and therapeutic communication skills. So a single group, you can take a single group nursing students, and while going to the hospital, how they do the process recording, how they do the therapeutic communication skill. A sample of 30 or 70 you can take, and how they are doing and how they are performing, and based on that you can make a score level, and based on that you can do the assessment of communication skill, and you can do this experimental study. Then a study to assess the patient's aggression towards the treatment modalities who admitted in psychiatric ward at hospital. A study to assess the effectiveness of psychological counseling and therapeutic techniques on post-traumatic stress disorder among women, or anyone you can write. A study to assess the effectiveness of psychological counseling on post-traumatic stress disorder among women, or a study to assess the effectiveness of therapeutic techniques on post-traumatic stress disorder among women. Okay, so like that you can create the topics. Okay, so don't think that this is the only topics we can use. Okay, if you read the topics, you will understand how we are writing the topics, and you can change the disease conditions, situations, and easily you can create the topic. So these are all some simple and easy topics and techniques to develop nursing research topics. Hope you understand, guys. Thank you.